What's going on, guys? Welcome to another one of BlackIron's battles. Today we've got some more Total War Warhammer 2 action coming right at you. We've got the Gobbos. So we've got Skarsnik and the boys. And I am facing off against a Chaos Army. So I kind of switched it up. We've been doing a lot of different Grimgore stuff. So I decided to give Skarsnik a shot. And I am going to be getting some more Bretonnia and some Empire and a couple other races. If you guys have any races you want to see, make sure to let me know in the comments, because I will play Greenskins all day, but I love other races too. Just let me know what you like. You know, if we need more Dwarves or more, Chaos, Beastmen, Wood Elves, Bretonnia. I mean, anything really. Just give me what you want me to play. So right here, we do have a Goblin Army. So if you look here, we do have some gold rank Gobbos. We have 3 of just regular Goblin Spearmen. We've got some Night Goblin Fanatics up here. The 8P Cloonies there, which are also Fanatics as well, but the Regiment of Renown. So we've got those Fanatics mixed in, and we've got the Warlords boys over here at the end for their armor sundering effect. So just a ton of goblins up there with a bunch of fanatics. Try to break some lines. Over here on each flank, you see we do have 2 groups of nasty skulkers. Over here on the far right, we've got Mogreb's Mangy Marauders just for their harassment and they're 92 speed. They've got armor-piercing missile attacks. What's not to love, right? Here in the back, we've got a Doom Diver, which I've ranked up quite a bit, so it is super expensive. So if I don't get some good value out of this, I'm going to be in for some trouble. We've also got the Rusty Heirs here. We've got 2 groups of Goblin Archers, and we do have Skarsnik himself here with Gobbla. So he is, the only thing we've got on him is WAAAAAGH, and also Skarsnik's Prodder. So he's got the Prada, boys. Stick him with the pointy end. So we'll stick him with the pointy end. We've got the Orc Shaman over here. And we just have Brainburster and Foot of Gork. So just some damage spells. I figured I would be able to, maybe just rough up some people. And the Foot of Gork obviously is the big hitter spell. And here in the back, finally, last but not least, we've got the Ragnarok Queen herself, with all of her little Gobbos up there with their javelins, and we've got, the Spiderwing summons, those Maternal Instinct, 5 of those bad boys, and that is going to be key in this match, as you guys will soon find out. Here for the Chaos player, we do have the Chaos Armored Trolls. Now, you don't see those very often. Let's go ahead and get a close-up on them. And those guys are looking nasty. So those Chaos Armored Trolls, those guys do have they have 100 armor or weapon strength. They've got 70 armor piercing, 110 armor. These guys are just super strong. And they actually, while they don't have the best charge bonus, that 24, it does help a little bit. So we do have 3 groups of those Chaos Armored Trolls. You see there's some Chaos Warriors with halberds there. And we do have the Swords of Chaos. So these are the Regiment of Renown Chaos Knights. I just love the way they don't even have any helmets. They just look like pure demons. I mean, these guys are looking nasty. They do have those flaming melee attacks, 120 armor, shielded, everything you could think of. And here in the front, you can see he's got Marauders with great weapons, and they're mixed in there with Forsaken. So these Marauders with great weapons and Forsaken is terrifying. These Forsakens with their 63 weapon strength and 40 melee attack, they will cut my Goblins to pieces, and my Goblins will not have enough time to really get through them. So that is really not looking good for me. We've also got Sarthoriel the Everwatcher here, the Warp Chicken himself. Chaos Chicken. I mean, he looks really cool though, and with his animations, he's got metal shifting. I mean, he's got all sorts of. He's got a bunch of damage spells. He's brought Gennas and Final Transmutation. And so he is going to be looking to do some major damage with that lower metal, and also that missile resistance should help him out against some of these Goblin Archers, or maybe against my Mogrebs. So before I talk your guys' ear off and bore you to death, I know you guys have been waiting a long time for some more BlackIron's battle, some more Warhammer action, so let's get right to it. So we already showed you right at the beginning, you saw them launching these Doom Divers, and these guys are going to get on here, and they're going to just start blasting. You see all the rest of my units. We're going to start moving up the Rusty Heirs here. We're going to get that Goblin Firing Squad. We want them right up in here. They'll take just a couple of volleys and then be able to escape in the back. Here you can see we've actually started targeting those Sword of Chaos. They're pretty expensive. I figured they cost about as much as my Doom Diver. And if I can get in there, boom, we actually did not kill a model yet. But we've done some pretty good damage. It's not too bad. Well, if those Doom Divers can get some good work done on those, that'll help out a lot. Over here on the right flank, you'll see that we have started shooting in there with the Mogrubs. We're having them target a group of Forsaken, who don't have shields. We're also going to target another group of Forsaken over here, and we are just getting all of the ranged fire. You see here, that group of Forsaken is almost half dead. We're also getting a lot more shots in here. Now we're getting in from the rear there into that group of Forsaken, which will hurt them quite a bit. And, the Doom Diver is actually doing okay against those Swords of Chaos. But it is too late. We're going to have to go and get in. Now you see the charge coming in here. We've got those Night Goblin Fanatics coming right into that group of Marauders there. We've also got you see there, just those loonies. Let's go, Fanatics. Oh, my God. Man, they're getting right into that group of Chaos Warriors with Halberds. We just had them spread all across, but look at that. Let's slow it down while you can see the engagement here. I mean, these Chaos Trolls or these Armored Trolls are coming in here, and they are charging in, and our Goblins are not going to be able to stand up. Even those Fanatics are already half dead. The Spears over here are half dead, and these massive Forsaken charges are just taking their toll immediately. You see right off the bat we're having trouble. But we're just going to get up. You'll take a look from up here above. We are going to get our wall in place. So now we've got the wall. We're going to go ahead and keep taking shots. Sarthoriel's getting right into the back. The Orc Shaman's here trying to do whatever he can. And we are just getting overrun. Luckily for us, the Ragnarok Queen is in here in the back. But she is surrounded by those halberds. And I am having a hell of a time. Over here on the left, we do have this group of nasty skulkers, nice and healthy. They're fighting some Chaos Marauders and Forsaken. But all over the place, this is just neck and neck. We've pretty much lost all of our archer line. We've got to have them escape. Our Doom Diver is still firing, and I think they got themselves maybe up on one. But here we go, boys. Boom! Big foot of gore coming down. The Swords of Chaos lose tons of health. That group of Chaos Marauders with great weapons completely destroyed and routed. But here in the back, my Goblin Archers are being chased down by Forsaken. As soon as these Forsaken get here into these Goblin Archers, they're going to cut them to pieces. It'll only take about a second and a half for them to completely shatter them and rout them off the field. We've got a bunch of Fanatics and different units coming back, but this is just neck and neck, if you guys see here. Here in the back, we've summoned up some Spider Hatchlings, but we've lost our nasty Skulkers on the left flank. We have Mogrubs coming back into the battle. And let's show you what's going over here on one good flank. So we do have our Fanatics mixed in there with those Warlords boys, and they're doing okay against those Armored Trolls. You see that my opponent here trying to bring those Armored Trolls right here in, trying to have them get on top of the Ragnarok Queen. But I am wise to that, and we are going to just keep attacking. I'm gonna go ahead and get these Fanatics and Night Goblins right behind all of these units. We're going to start trying to get these Halberds down because I am terrified. Those Halberds are really going to mess me up. Here in the back, you can see that my Orc Shaman here is fighting on to the very last step, but he's going to have some trouble. He's surrounded. Sarthoriel and those, and everyone is just beating on him. And look at that, Skarsnik was right in there too. I mean, they're just trading it back and forth, back and forth. But whatever we do, we are starting to lose it, boys. Let's go ahead and slow it down just for 1 second. You can see we've got a bunch of units that are starting to return from rout. We've got some Forsaken over here that have completely destroyed those those Goblin Archers. We've got the Rusty Arrows are coming back in, and we have some more nasty Skulkers and different units, but there is not a lot left. Here in the back, you can see Skarsnik and the Orc Shaman there teeing off against Sarthoriel the Everwatcher, and we are just trying to just hit and move, do whatever we can, but he's already popped standard die. We've got Mogrubs here, but here's the main battle, boys and girls. We've got the Night Goblin Fanatics, we've got the AP Loonies in here, the Warlords boys, and we do have this Ragnarok Queen. You see a big old brain burster going off there right in the middle. We're just trying to do whatever damage we can at this point. You can see there's a couple of Swords of Chaos left. Oh man, Skarsnik is getting nailed, but at the same time, we're doing okay. We've got another wall off. We're going to go ahead. I think we break the Swords of Chaos here, and we are almost down, but we are going to keep trying to come back. You see here, we're actually taking shots in at these Chaos Trolls with the Rusty Arrows over here, which will start, reducing their armor a little bit. We've got that wall enabled, and you see these groups of Chaos Trolls are actually broken. This group is wavering, but they're terrified. They're getting routed off, and we are just continually fighting it out. You see here we have some Spider Hatchlings over here to try to distract Sarthoriel, and it works. He's distracted. We're charging in here. We want to get those Mogrubs, Mage, and Marauders in here as soon as we can, and whatever we can do, we're just trying to get Sarthoriel down. You see here he is just taking a huge hit. He's done some good damage. The Orc Shaman is terrified, and I'm in for some trouble if I lose the rest of those heroes. At the same time, we're pulling it back. The balance of power is getting a little bit closer in my favor, but Sarthoriel is just popping Arcane Conduit. He's got so much health. You can see there, we've got Searing Doom coming down. And this group of only 2 Swords of Chaos, but we are able to hit them, break them off, and I'm just trying to keep everything together, try to keep these nasty skulkers chasing this group of Chaos Trolls off. You know, they should be able to get in there with their armor piercing, maybe take them down pretty well, surround them. Over here, we're actually doing whatever you see. We actually use the Prodder on that group of Chaos Trolls. Here we've got the Rusty Arrows. They're shooting until the last gobbo, but those trolls come in and they're going to destroy them. I'm trying to get my Rusty Arrows to run off there, but that is one healthy group of Chaos Trolls. At the same time, we have got this group of Doom Divers on top, and we're going to start shooting them off at some units. Wherever we can get a shot off, that's where we're going to do it. Here in the back, you can see, boom! Doom Divers smashing into the Swords of Chaos. These guys are wavering again, and I am just hoping that we can kill off this Swords of Chaos. Over here on the right, the 8-peak loonies. You see them getting off a couple more of those loons, but you know they're gonna go down at the same time. You know they're holding those Chaos Armor Trolls up. Over here on the left, another Brain Burster going off, and the Swords of Chaos have been shattered. A bunch of these Chaos Marauders and Forsaken are knocked askew, but it is not looking good for me. The balance of power is pretty low. I've got 360 troops, but he has 150, and his troops are a lot better quality. See here, he's got some great weapons coming back. He's got some Chaos Trolls, a bunch more over here, but we still do have Skarsnik. You can see him with Gobbla here. Skarsnik is going to come in, and I'm just going to try to do a hit and run. I run right into the back here. I'm trying to get those Chaos Armored Trolls with a rear charge, but you can see Sarthoriel come in here. Major hit. Oh my god, we've only got 184, and there goes Skarsnik. Sarthoriel takes him down, and it is not looking good for the Greenskins here, folks. Once Skarsnik went down, there is not much left. You can see a lot of my troops now are starting to break. Even the Fanatics over there, the nasty Skulkers are broken, and there is not much remaining. We do have one group of upgraded Goblins over there, and the Ragnarok Queen, as well as these Warlords Boys, but we're in for some trouble. As I say that, the Warlords Boys break. Luckily, we're able to get a couple of these Spider Hatchlings up, and since they are summoned, they're not going to break, and they'll keep us alive for just a little bit longer. We do have a few units that are going to come back here. You can see here that we've got the Doom Diver Catapult crew. These guys are going to be our saviors, I think. I mean, how could they not be? They are so strong. We've got the Goblin Archers here, and we're just using whatever few Goblins we can. Still got a few Spider Hatchlings here, which are actually fighting. I mean, this group of Chaos Trolls is actually broken. And we're doing okay. We've got some Chaos Marauders broken over here, and I am just hoping that the Ragnarok Queen comes back, folks. And she is not a Hydra. She is not going to get her health back, but we have 1,300 health, and it is not over until the last Greenskin leaves the field. So you can see here, I'm starting to square up these units to give them a little bit better. They're a little bit support each other. So you see we've got some Warlords Boys, we've got Doom Diver Catapult, we've got a couple of these Spider Hatchlings, which are, slowly disappearing, but I'm just trying my best to go ahead and group everything up, get it all together, and get one last attack in here. You see here, oh my god, we get rear charged by that group of Chaos Trolls, but those Night Goblin Fanatics are still going. We're able to summon one more group of Spider Hatchlings, though, although it gets damaged pretty heavily right off the bat. At this point, it is just everything I can do to stay on the field. You can see this group of goblins over here, the Goblin Spears. They're coming in. They're actually going to shatter this group of Chaos Trolls. And there's another group of Chaos Trolls here, which we're going to start just trying to get everything on top of Sarthoriel. So try to break everything we can. But it is still just nothing on our side. You see it's almost it. That almost goes down. These Spider Hatchlings are gone. The Ragnarok Queen has 1,300 health left. Everything is broken. Everything is routing off. We've got Searing Doom coming down, and it is just, we're in for some trouble. I mean, I don't think we're going to be able to pull it out. But at the same time, I mean, you always got to say, wow. So you never stop. See the group of Goblin Archers being smart, getting out of there before they're crushed by Sarthoriel. Not much they can do anyways. And you can see this group of Goblin Spears saving it till the end. Normally the Goblins, they rout off, but not these Goblins. They're there to the end, and they're doing it, guys. Look at that. They're chasing off Chaos Trolls. You see we've got these Goblins. They're charging in here. They're going to hold up these Chaos Marauders just long enough for me to get a counter charge in with the Arachnarok Queen, and I'm just going to keep breaking off every unit I can. All of these units are broken. This group of Chaos Marauders only has 25 left, and they're actually now shattered, and we're just going to keep trying it, folks. Boom! Big hit coming on Sarthoriel. And the chicken is knocked on his back. The balance of power comes a little bit back towards the middle, but I mean, look how much health Sarthoriel has. 2,300 compared to my 1,100, and I am pretty worried. At the same time, I mean, he's getting knocked over left and right. So, I mean, I'm just so worried at this point that I'm going to die to army losses. I have no more leadership left on the field. We do have the group of the Warlord's boys, which are now back from route, which is always awesome. Look at them just covered in blood, charging in here. We see Sarthoriel getting chased by the Arachnarok Queen, and he's just going to get in there and just explode those Goblin Archers. Did you see all of that blood? That was astounding. So much blood. They're, of course, terrified. They may come back, but at this point, I don't count on anything. But Sarthoriel is starting to take some major health damage. He's down to 1,000 health. You see here, we're on top of him, and at this point, he has 0 armor. So Sarthoriel is not taking it. So every single hit from every single one of those Warlords boys, we still have 37 remaining. It's going completely through. Whenever they hit him, they sunder his armor completely. You can see that getting smacked around by that Arachnarok Queen. There's not very many troops remaining for Chaos, and I think that is going to be it, boys and girls. Look at that, 600 health left on Sarthoriel. He's hit again, 200 health, knocked on his back. The Arachnarok Queen climbs over him. But that is the only troop remaining. One troop. My Arachnarok Queen kills Sarthoriel, and we are victorious. An amazing, amazing match. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I had so much fun. It came right down to the wire. And, oh, my name now is Sexual Harassment Panda. So we have 1,100 losses. I mean, I don't know how they stayed on the field. Even some of those goblins were on there till the end, man, holding on. So you saw the Doom Diver maybe wasn't able to do as much as I had hoped, but it did do all right. It killed a bunch of those Swords of Chaos, which was helpful. It just, I did get it to target some at different points, maybe some Chaos Trolls. So I got a few hits off with it. Probably wasn't as good as I'd hoped for, but the crew came in at the end and saved the day. Skarsnik was able to battle it out. Him and the Orc Shaman. I mean, the 66 kills from that huge foot of Gork. That was just awesome. I mean, I think if it wasn't for that, the game probably would have went in my opponent's favor. I mean, there's so many of those little instances where the game could have turned on a dime. But really, it's the Arachnarok Queen, 114 kills. We got a bunch on the Nasty Skulkers, a bunch on the AP Loonies. I mean, all the goblins did their part. I mean, we had 24 with this group of Goblin Archers, which wasn't bad, and the Fanatics were able to toss out some pretty good loons. So it wasn't a bad match. We were able to do good health damage with Mogrubs on the Forsaken early. Probably this group was the one that was taken down to half health. They only had 38 kills, but look at the kills across the board. They were farming goblins. I mean, 200 here, 220, 240, 200, 99, 80, just huge goblin kills left and right. But the goblins kept coming back. We were able to use the bonus from the WAAAAAGH the 2 different times to really, just get in there and do some good damage. Nasty Skulkers were chasing people all over the place, and it was just a great game. We saw some troops we don't always see with the Chaos Armor Trolls, the Swords of Chaos. A lot of that stuff we don't see every day. Some of this stuff's pretty normal. Forsaken, not so much, but I guess if you're expecting some goblins, or maybe if you're used to seeing a lot of Orc boys or something. But either way, it was a great game, tons of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Thanks to my opponent, Lord Talavag, Chaos Player, for such a great battle. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe for more great online content. This is BlackIron, and this has been another one of BlackIron's Battles.